Get ready for the next Bitcoin pump. Not just Bitcoin, crypto overall. You know what? One of my favorites, Avalanche sitting at number 15. They were much higher before. But you can see for the week they're up. Today they're down a little bit, but for the week they're up 18%. For the last 30 days, they're up 80%. Not too shabby for the last 30 days, right? So what's going on with Avalanche? Well, this is their like Q4 summary. And many things happen. Of course, FTX was a big thing in Q4. We know horrible situation all around, right? But despite that, Avalanche launched new subnets, which is, if you think about it, almost like side chains, so to speak, right? They launched many. And also, they had big partnerships happen with Shopify, with Alibaba, with OpenSea, and Amazon. I'll get to that in a little bit. Addresses, still okay, but daily transactions started going up. And this is interesting. If you look at this, Avalanche, actually, their daily transactions is among the highest. They're right there with BNB, and they're way higher than Ethereum. So they're like neck and neck with BNB and Polygon, and hopefully you guys can see that. So there's definitely a lot of stuff happening within Avalanche ecosystem. You could see they've been jumping, right? That's pretty positive overall. Of course, I mentioned they formed this partnership with Amazon. And at first I thought, hey, I mean, this is not a big deal. Amazon just allowing people to create nodes. But no, it goes beyond that. Avalanche actually partnered up with Amazon in a real partnership where Amazon is actually, you know, kind of promoting Avalanche. And you could see, you know, there's actually talks, there's Zoom meetings, there's discussions between the two, and this seems like a legit partnership where Amazon is trying to help enterprises and helping people get involved with blockchain, adapting Avalanche, so to speak, right? So this is actually very big. And I mentioned about others like Shopify, for example, and merchants can design and mint and sell Avalanche NFTs. Polygon right now dominates NFTs by far, right? So this is pretty big for Shopify to partner up with Avalanche for this. Also, I mentioned about subnets. Here's one with Intane, and they're kind of like a financial system, and they're trying to tokenize asset-backed securities. And this will be an Avalanche subnet. So they are growing their subnets, which is also very positive. And the subnets could all talk to each other, communicate with each other. And Avalanche is building bridges to other chains as well, which means these subnets will be able to talk to other chains too, right? So there's a lot going on in Avalanche. Kind of shows you why people are not giving up on it, and also continues to HODL and DCA. Great stuff. The other one I want to talk about is Sandbox. A lot of people have been asking about metaverses because Decentraland has been doing well. Sandbox is coming up a little bit. And there's one concern. For now, the good news is they have reopened up their staking pool. Okay, and you can deposit sand and earn interest. And it's only for 4 weeks. Interesting enough, right? Landowners also get additional benefits. I didn't know that. I didn't know that they actually open up their staking pools and close it for periods of time. But that got people excited. Also, they pulled in some big shot from Nashville. This is like a music agency. So Sandbox Entertainment overall, they're trying to grow into music, just like kind of Gala, right? It kind of makes sense. They're entertainment, but moving into entertainment, music entertainment. And this guy, Jason Owen, and Baston, I should say, has worked with like Kate Hudson and Faith Hill and others, right? They're all going to be working with Sandbox in some way. But there's one concern, though, and I'm sharing this because I think this is pretty important. There's a giant unlock that's happening on April 14th. So that's only about 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. Approximately 348 million sand will be unlocked to seed and strategic investors. And this will increase the circulating supply in a big way. So I pulled this up. This is like kind of the overview of all the tokens: seed, strategic, launchpad, foundation, company reserve, founders, team, advisors. And the 30th month, which is coming up, 1/5 of the number of tokens given to seed and strategic investors will be unlocked, which is quite a lot. And also the founders, team, advisors will get to unlock 1/8 of their tokens. So there will be quite a big unlock with SAND tokens. And last time this happened, I do believe they went down a little bit, but overall, it's not the end of the world if they continue to execute, continue to bring more users aboard to their metaverse and maybe to their music endeavors. I mean, it'll overshadow this, but I did want to give you guys a heads up on this, which is coming in a couple weeks. Optimism, I covered them a few days ago. They've been skyrocketing recently, even more so, and this is probably the reason. Because now you have BAUSD, which is, of course, a stablecoin from Binance, now integrated on top of Optimism, which is pretty big, pretty big. Ethereum and other big chains, they're used to having all the stablecoins out there. But the smaller ones do not. They don't have a lot of stablecoins. So some projects choose to come out with their own. Or they have a project to help them come out with their own, like Cody with Jed on Cardano, right? VeChain also came out their own. But a lot of these other ones, of course, they're embracing what exists now. And BAUSD coming aboard is pretty big. There's a lot of liquidity, makes interchanging between chains much easier, makes DeFi and DEXs, the liquidity is just much easier when you have it this way. So this could be the reason why. No, I'm pretty sure this is the reason why they've been pumping up recently. I've been noticing Fantom. Fantom's been going really strong, really, really strong, right? I was trying to find anything I could find out. Not really. There's a couple things. Number one is they are integrated now with Chainlink, which I think overall is a big deal. Chainlink it's an Oracle network, provides data feeds between chains and interchain too. But by being part of Chainlink, you can now fetch data from other chains, and all the dApps within a certain chain can talk to each other and fetch data from each other. So this is overall really good. Because if you don't have a decentralized Oracle doing this job, you have to create kind of your own. And a lot of DeFi projects get hacked whenever they tend to use their own oracles. Okay, so being hooked up to Chainlink, this came a couple days ago. This is pretty good. And Andre Cronin, which is like a DeFi architect, he's still speaking. He's going to be going to some conference called ETH Dubai, right, talking about Fantom. Fantom also just came off another like conference back in January. So it could be a combination of things. Basically, people are excited, getting hooked up to Chainlink, and still growing their DeFi ecosystem. That's really how I would explain it. So both Optimism, Fantom, right? Fantom is like a L1, L2. I mean, they have their native tokens, but they're also EVM compatible. Optimism is definitely L2. Both of these have been really, really hot recently.